Welcome back to the Core Cars News Tech Lab. Today we're going to be taking a look at Roku apps, how to rearrange them, how to remove them, and how to add them. We'll be breaking down all the pros and cons here and hopefully help you understand a little bit more about your Roku to get the most from it. Before we get into it, you may have remembered these being called Roku channels. For a long time, Roku called their apps channels. And then the Roku channel came out and they kind of decided that was a little confusing, and let's be honest, everybody just called these apps. So Roku now officially calls all their apps, apps. But we're going to break down everything you need to know about them and more in a quick second. First, if you like what we do here, please consider hitting the subscribe button or hitting the thumbs up. We're here every day trying to help you break free from the high cost of TV and still watch the shows you enjoy. All right, so let's take a look at Roku. This is the Roku standard screen here. You got two options, a 3 by wide or a 4 wide. I have mine in the 4 wide here with this, and you can do a lot, but by default Roku just kind of adds a new apps at the bottom. But what happens if that, for example, the Apple TV app, you want it at the top? If you go to whatever app you want, and on the remote, all the remotes are slightly different, but they all have the same keys. There's this star key, asterisk key, whatever you want to call it. If you press that, it will pop up a new menu, and on the new menu, it's looking because it doesn't have this one installed. I can move the app to the top, or remove the app. So I can go in here and do that. If I select move app, I can rearrange however I want with this and carefully put it where I want it. If I select the move to the top right here, it will just by default shove it to the very top here so you can quickly find it, which is great if you're like me and I got 76 apps currently on my Roku. With that, you can, if you're way at the bottom, you can quickly jump those up. It's a really nice little feature with this. But you're probably saying, look, my Roku doesn't look like this. Mine has bigger tiles and smaller. That's something you can do in the settings here. If you go into settings and then you go into the home screen, here we go. I did not go down far enough. You can go into tile size and you can choose between smaller or larger. If you select larger, in a second, it's going to resize those. There we go. And you get these larger icons. I think this is kind of an issue of how big is your TV. I think some people, if you have a 50-inch or larger, I think the small tiles work great. If you have a smaller TV, maybe you do want the larger so you can get easier to view from a living room distance with this. But what happens if you want to add more? Well, they got the new streaming store. Now, they've had several different names over time. There's a lot in here, not just apps anymore, to get different content, themes, to subscribe to different channels like Max and different things with this, so you can subscribe to services. But this is also where you subscribe to or add different apps and the like with this. So, for example, you have different ones you can add in on this. But, for example, if you're looking for something and you say, hey, I want to add Peacock. You can use the voice remote also instead of going in here and searching for it and trying to find it in the streaming store, the different services. Right there's Peacock. You can also go to the home screen, into the search, into the search here, and then type in whatever app, or just use the voice search button on this and say, install Peacock. And in a minute, it'll take us there and have it installed with it. You see it's thinking right now with this, and then it will jump over and install it, which is a pretty nice little feature with this on the Roku. So there you go. Some quick, important tips to make your Roku even better. Oh, there it goes. It's pop up those different options for it to install it. Overall, Roku is a great option. You can tweak it, customize it however you want. It's really up to you and what you want to do with it. Leave me a comment. Let me know what apps are on your Roku. Which ones do you use most? Do you rearrange them, or do you just kind of let them be wherever you want them to be? I'll be honest, I sometimes rearrange them by time of the year. When it's college football, I put some apps I use to watch college football at the top. When it's not, Disney Plus is up the top because that's what my kids watch on it the most. Well, that's it for today. I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care. Be safe. I'll be back again real soon.